Okay, I kind of consider this step 21. This is actually left out of the instructions because 18 was messed up and 21 should have been where 18 was. We'll just assume this was the missing 21. So this is how to install your X-axis stop limiter. And I actually just went ahead and installed it because it's pretty simple. Oops, let me show you what screws you're going to need. You're just going to need two M212 screws. And there's only 2 holes for those screws to go into, so it's pretty easy. Sorry about the camera kind of floating there. And a couple things, just put these in just tight enough to hold it in. You don't want to strip those out. That's their job, is just to hold this on. You're not like bolting it on, because you can strip these out pretty easy. You'll have to bend these wires down so it won't hit your Z-axis rod there. And let me show you. Another thing is you want this switch to be up. And I'll just go back just a little bit. And when you get it installed, you should have a nice contact on your extruder there. And the last little bit is what to do with that wire. You just tuck it in. Make sure your tag's on this end so you know where it is later on. And you just put it through this hole down here. And that will be a definitely, you want to watch the cable management on this. So I just tucked it in through that little hole. Something you want to watch for though is that these can swing out and hit this and it would get tore up pretty easy. So when you get when it's time for cable management, you want to pay attention to that. But that's about all there is to putting in that X limit switch there. Okay, this is going to be assembly step 22. You're going to start with, here's the parts you're going to need. You're going to need your LCD screen. There's also plastic film on the screen. You just want to make sure you take that off. Your back plate for your LCD. You're going to have 4 small white spacers. There's another set of 4, but they're larger. You want the small ones. You're going to need 8 A8 M3 nuts. And you're going to need 4 M30 screws. And so I've turned the screen back, or the printer backwards. You're just going to slide your M30 nuts or screws through the 4 holes there. Then you're going to place your spacers on. And next you're going to place your screen on. Make sure you match your buttons with your buttonholes. I'm kind of just going to set that on there and put 1 screw in there so it doesn't fall. Or sorry, 1 nut. As you get the idea, I'm going to press that as on and finish putting, I'm going to put a nut on each of the screws there. Okay, after putting a nut on each screw there, we're just going to take our back plate, put your cable through the slot there. Place that on there, and then place the last 4 nuts on each of those screws that are sticking out there. Alright, so all I did was place a nut on each of the screws there. And then get yourself a screwdriver. And just gently go to each screw and just tighten it up till it's snug. You want to do that for all 4 screws there. You're just snugging them up, you're not putting them on real tight. Okay, after you get done tightening those screws down, that's what it's going to look like. And with that, you're done with step number 22.